And welcome everybody here to Gene McBee Court on the campus of Summertown High School as a rivalry will be renewed tonight as the Lady Cats of Lawrence County will play the host squad in the Summertown Lady Eagles. This is AJ Good here on the X Sports Network for tonight's girls and boys doubleheader. And this rivalry is a long time coming. This is the first meeting between the two girls squads since 2016 and quite a while since they have met up here at the Nest. Taking a look at both sides heading into tonight's game, the host squad, Summertown, a perfect 11-0 on the year, led by first-year head coach Jeremy Jean. Came over from Forest in the offseason so far, has impressed as his Lady Eagles, winning in many different ways and blowouts, close games. No matter what, they have found the way to come out on top so far this season. On the other side, Brian Porter is the head coach at Lawrence County. His squad 5-3 on the season, coming off a tough loss on Tuesday at home to their other in-county rivals in Loretto. Carly Weathers and company going off in that game, and a game that was close early, but the Lady Mustangs were able to pull that one out here. Bit of history between these two squads, including the man I just mentioned. Head coach Brian Porter was once a middle school head coach here for the girls' side at Summertown, was also an assistant on the high school side as well. As we get ready here for the national anthem and the prayer here at Gene McBee Court. Everybody rising up here, a packed house here at the Nest as we all were expecting. Very great crowd. This is the voice of Clint Brazier. You'll hear him calling color on the boys game later. Just me here for the girls contest. Now it's time for the national anthem. And that was the national anthem. Now it's time to take a look at each side starting lineups for tonight's game, starting first with Lawrence County. Same starting five that you have seen all season long. You got Carson Gobble, Carly Fields, their leading scorer, and Katie Criswell, Madison Tidwell, and JC Scott. JC Scott's definitely one to look out here for. She has scored 20 points in consecutive Friday nights, so could happen again here tonight here at the Nest. On the other side for Summertown, same starting five you've seen all season long from them as well. You got Carly Campbell, Emily Brazier, Ainsley Burleson, Katie Burdett, and Reese Wilson. It's Thunderstruck being played here tonight. Clint Brazier, the one doing the public address here as the lights have gone out here at the Nest. Spotlight here going crazy here to my left. A great atmosphere here tonight at the Nest. The Lady Eagles starting lineup being introduced. So as I mentioned, Carly Campbell, her nickname is Rue. We have Emily Brazier. Of course, it's her dad, Clint, doing the public address here. Great atmosphere. You can even hear the Lawrence County student section doing a little bit of booing here as each side gets introduced. That's Ainsley Burleson being introduced, and the final one, the senior, the leader here, their leading scorer, and Katie Burdett. All-state in basketball, all-state in volleyball, might be all-state in basketball, having a great year here so far for the Lady Eagles. We're getting ready for basketball here. The first time these two have met up on the hardwood since 2016, and the first time in a long time that both of them have met up here at the Nest. Thunderstruck being played here. I think I'm up to, including high school football, hockey, basketball, soccer, probably over 1,000 games I've been to where I've heard this song. But growing up near Marshall University, it's something I'm very used to. They play Thunderstruck for just about everything there. As we are ready to renew a rivalry here at the Nest, Summertown and the Lawrenceburg girls ready to roll. Emily Brazier here has it, sends it over to Carly Campbell. Campbell now over to Burleson, back to Campbell at the top of the key. Dribbles out to Brazier at the wing, sends it over to Campbell at the other. Back to Brazier. Brazier now back out to Campbell. She's going to dribble it near the Summertown logo. Setting up the play here, sends it back over to Brazier. Now over to Campbell, to Burleson. Burleson at the wing, now over to Brazier in the corner. Skip pass over to Campbell, top of the key. Thinks about three, pulls it down. Burleson will try a deep three. Back iron, no good. And Katie Criswell is going to come down with the rebound. She's going to bring it up the court here for the Lady Cats. Sends it over to J.C. Scott. Scott now dribbling behind the back, has it at the Summertown logo. Man-to-man put on here by the Lady Cats. It's going to be Criswell. Trying the jumper, back iron, no good. Burleson comes up with the rebound. Bringing it up here is Burleson over to Brazier in the corner, back to Burleson. She's going to drive. Layup is up. She gets fouled. No good, but she's going to go to the line to shoot two. That's the first foul against Katie Criswell. And Ainsley Burleson's going to head to the line. Summertown team, pretty good free throw shooting team so far this season. Even 7 minutes here on the clock. Good up and down action so far to start this one. So we're waiting on Reese Wilson to tie her shoes here. And it looks like now we got the official over at the scorers table trying to figure something out here. So all smiles, so it looks like everything is good. And now Ainsley Burleson going to head to the line to shoot two after being fouled by Katie Criswell. First one is up. Rattles out, no good. And Burleson getting ready to shoot the next one. This one is up. Back iron, no good. And coming down with the rebounds, Reese Wilson. Wilson has it. Now down low to Emily Brazier, and she's going to get fouled by J.C. Scott. Scott's going to pick up her first, the team's second here of the first half. And Summertown's going to retain possession. Good job there on the glass by Reese Wilson. Well, Carly Campbell going to take it out of bounds just to the left of the Summertown basket. Now out to Katie Burdett over to Burleson. Burleson in the corner to Campbell. Thinks about three, pulls it down, back out to Burleson. Now over to Brazier at the wing. She'll dribble it out. Back out to Campbell near the Summertown logo. Looks like a 2-3 zone put on here. Burleson now down low to Reese Wilson. Wilson skip pass over to Brazier in the corner. She thinks about three, pulls it down. Now to Campbell. She will try a three and rattles it home and in. First points of the game, and Carly Campbell knocks down the three-pointer. Lady Eagles lead it 3-0. 6:30 remaining here. Press put on here by the Lady Eagles. Now up quickly is Madison Tidwell. Tidwell over to Carly Fields for three in the corner. Front iron, no good. Campbell's going to come down with the rebound. Back the other way. Campbell hands it over to Brazier. Brazier back out to Campbell. She's going to try an NBA range three and misses everything, goes out of bounds, and Lawrence County will get the ball back. Gives Summertown time to set up the press. Madison Tidwell takes it out of bounds, sends it to Carly Fields. Fields gets her pass tipped, intercepted here by Brazier. Brazier goes up, shot no good, but it comes out to Carly Campbell. She throws up a prayer, no good. And Campbell's going to come back out with the rebound. Now sends out to Ainsley Burleson. Now to Katie Burdett. Burdett out to Campbell. Kicks it out to Burleson. She's going to try a deep NBA range three. No good. Campbell's there. Excuse me, that's Burdett there with the rebound. Can't get it. She can't get it to go, and Wilson comes down with it. Looks like a lid on that basket so far for Summertown, really both sides. As Brazier now has at the Summertown logo. But good offensive rebounding here so far from the Lady Eagles. 5:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Now to Campbell, over to Burleson. Burleson facing this zone, now sticks it back out to Campbell. Now over to Burleson. Burleson drives, picks up her dribble. Bounce pass over to Campbell as at the Summertown logo. Now over to Brazier. Brazier over to Campbell. Campbell drives, throws a floater up in the lane, no good. And we're going to get a over and back foul called. And this one's going to go against Katie Burdett, that's her first, the Lady Eagles first. Press put on here. And now Carly Fields sends it over to J.C. Scott. Scott drives, but it's going to dribble it back out. Sends it over to Fields. Fields, a long pass over to Tidwell. She's going to try a deep three. Front iron, no good. But a good save there by Katie Criswell. Now Tidwell goes into the lane with the floater, knocks it down. First points of the game. And it's a 3-2 Summertown lead. 4:45 remaining here in the first quarter. Ainsley Burleson down low to Katie Burdett. That one's up and in. Burdett seals off the defender and extends the lead back out to 3, 5-2. J.C. Scott now over to Tidwell. Tidwell back to Scott. She's going to take it across the timeline. Long pass over to Carly Fields. Sends it over to Tidwell. She's going to try a three. Rattles it home and in. Tidwell's got all 5 Lawrence County points, and we're tied up at 5. 4:20 remaining here in the first. Burleson now has it here for the Lady Eagles. Down low to Burdett again. Burdett being triple teamed. Now at the Reese Wilson. Over to Carly Campbell. She's now going to drive, but brings it back out. Bounce pass over to Wilson. Skip pass over to Brazier at the wing. Down low to Burdett. Triple teamed away. Wilson has it. Thinks about a three. Now is going to drive into the paint. Goes up. Layup. Misses everything, and Katie Criswell comes down with the rebound. Criswell now has it at the top of the key here for the Lady Cats. Under 4 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Game tied at 5. Dribbling out at the Summertown logo. Now hands it off to J.C. Scott. Scott now back to Criswell. Over to Madison Tidwell near the corner. Tidwell dribbling. Sends it over to Carly Fields and over to Katie Criswell. She dribbles. Sends it over to Tidwell. Baseline jumper, and it's in. Tidwell's got all 7 Lawrence County points. They take their first lead of the game. 7-5, 3:25 here in the first. Emily Brazier now over to Reese Wilson. Over to Campbell at the top of the key. Over to Ainsley Burleson at the wing. Down low to Burdett on the post. Kicks it back out to Campbell. Sends over to Brazier. She's going to try a three from the wing. And barely hits the front of the rim, but rebound by Burleson over to Wilson, and Wilson's going to get fouled. And Katie Criswell has picked up her second. And Reese Wilson's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Seven to 5, the Lawrence County lead. 3:09 here in the first. Here comes the first free throw from Wilson. It's up, no good. Cami Pig going to check into the game for the Lady Cats. Looks like Mia Dimwitty waiting to check in for Lawrence County. Looks like she's going to come in for Reese Wilson. If Wilson hits the back end. Next free throw is up. No good. And Tidwell comes out with the rebound. Quickly ahead to Cami Pig across the timeline. She drives. And send it back out to Tidwell. Tidwell's going to try a three. And hits it. Tidwell's got 10. And Lawrence County doubles up the Lady Eagles 10-5. Under 3 left to play in the first. Burleson ahead here. Breaking the press. Drives into the paint. Goes up. Misses everything. Burdett comes down with the rebound. It's up and in. Burdett has 4 and the lead's down to 3, 10-7. Press pin on here by the Lady Eagles. Quickly ahead to Carson Gobble across the timeline. Gobble dribbles, sends it over to Tidwell. Tidwell over to J.C. Scott. Has an open Carly Fields. She's going to try a three from the wing, and he hits it. Nothing but net for Carly Fields. Lawrence County gets her lead out to 6, 13-7. Jeremy Jean calls his first timeout of the game. And with that, we're going to take a break here as well on the X Sports Network.
Lawson's Clothing, Shoes and Outdoors in Loretto, Tennessee announces the Safe Sales Tax-Free Sale. Don't miss this opportunity to get the new safe or safe door you've always wanted. And the best part is, we're not charging sales tax. Choose from brands like Browning, Champion, and Liberty. Brands that you can trust. With over 100 in stock today. Delivery available. Make the short drive to Lawson's Clothing, Shoes and Outdoors, 536 North Military Street in Loretto, Tennessee.
And back here at Jean McBee Court, Lawrence County off to a hot start here, leading the Lady Eagles of Summertown 13-7, 2:28 remaining here in the first. Off to a hot start for the Lady Cats. Madison Tidwell, she has 10. Campbell sends it over to Mia Dimley, just checked into the game here for Summertown. And she's going to get called for the travel. First turnover of the game for either side. 2:20 left in the first here. Lawrence County is going to get the ball back. A 3/4 court press put on here by the Lady Eagles, but J.C. Scott's going to walk it up across the timeline. Scott dribbles, sends over to Cami Pig, over to Carly Fields at the wing. Fields dribbles now out to the top of the key. Picks up her dribble, sends over to Scott at the wing. Scott, skip pass over to Cami Pig. Pig not going to drive the baseline. Gets her shot rejected there by Katie Burdett. Now ahead here quickly to Carly Campbell. Campbell sends over to Burleson, and Campbell's going to get called for the double dribble. I don't know where he saw that, but Jeremy Jean doesn't see it either. As Emmy Clark is going to check in for Carson Gobble. Lady Cats going to get the ball back. Minute 53 left here in the first. Lawrence County leading 13-7. Madison Tidwell going to take it out of bounds here for Lawrence County. Sends it into Cammie Pigg. Pigg hands it over to J.C. Scott. And the Summertown defense going to back off for the time being. As Scott waiting to get over the timeline, guarded by Emily Brazier. She does. Man-to-man put on here by the Lady Eagles over to Emmy Clark. Clark back to Scott. They're going to set up the play. Scott has at the top of the key. She's now going to drive, spin, gets into the paint, but sends out to Clark. Clark gets that one stripped away and is going to stay with the Lady Cats. Minute 30 left here in the first. Lawrence County leading by 6. And Scott taking it out of bounds here, lobs it into Emmy Clark. Clark comes down with it. Now sends it over to Fields. Fields going to try another three. Back iron, no good, and Carly Campbell comes down with the rebound. Ahead here quickly with speed. Goes up, can't get that one to go, and J.C. Scott comes down with the rebound. But she gets that one stolen away by Carly Campbell. Good defense there by the Lady Eagles. She crosses the timeline. Coming ahead quickly. Layup is up and in. Carly Campbell's got 5, and the lead's down to 4, 13-9. Minute 5 left here in the first. Scott brings it up quickly here for Lawrence County, crossing the timeline. Man-to-man put on by the Lady Eagles. She's guarded by Ainsley Burleson. Now has it at the wing, sends over to Emily Clark. Clark tries to hand it off, almost loses it. Now is going to drive on Burdett. Brings it back out to Tidwell. Tidwell drives into the paint. Jumper in the lane, rattles out, no good, but Clark comes down with the rebound out the field after Tidwell. She's going to try another three, front iron, no good. Burdett comes down with the rebound. Now Campbell brings it across here for the Lady Eagles over to Ainsley Burleson. Burleson now over to Brazier. Brazier down low to Burdett. Burdett kicks it out to Burleson. Now out to Brazier. 3 from the wing and hits it. First points of the game for Emily Brazier. It's a 1-point Lady Cat lead, 13-12, under 20 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Exciting game here from the Nest so far. Scott going to cross the timeline, 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. Playing for the final shot of the Lady Cats. Scott gets a screen, drives, loses it, but gets it back. Sends it over to Fields for 3 at the buzzer. Misses everything. So after 1 quarter of play, already a thriller here from the Nest. Lawrence County leading Summertown. It's 13-12. When we return, it'll be time for the second quarter here on the X Sports Network.
Like you, our roots are in Lawrence County, providing banking for every stage of life since 1934. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank has been not just your bank, but also your friend, helping you with home loans, consumer and auto loans, and your everyday personal banking needs. Lawrenceburg Federal offers you a warm smile and personal experience, as well as the conveniences of modern-day online banking, mobile banking, and telebanking. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, your neighbor and friend, located at 118 West Gain Street next to the courthouse.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision.
And back here at Gene McBee Court on the campus of Summertown High School, Lawrence County leading it after 8 minutes of play, 13-12. The story so far, Madison Tidwell, 10 of the Lady Cats, 13 points. Tidwell takes it out of bounds, sends it over to J.C. Scott. Scott crossing the timeline now. Man-to-man put on by Summertown. Now over to Tidwell at the wing. Tidwell pulls it down now to Scott. Scott gets that one stolen away by Mia Dimwitty. Now ahead to Ainsley Burleson. Burleson now over to Campbell. Campbell back to Burleson. Now over to Campbell at the top of the key. Down low to Katie Burdett. Burdett sends out the Burleson over to Campbell. She thinks about deep three. Spins down the paint. Out to Burleson. She is going to try a deep three. And hits it. Ainsley Burleson's first points of the game, and they retake the lead, 15-13, 7:25 remaining here in the first half. J.C. Scott going to bring it ahead here for the Lady Cats. Their star, Katie Criswell, out with 2 fouls so far, more than likely going to sit for the rest of the first half. Scott at the top of the key over to Madison Tidwell. Pulls down, now pass over to Carson Gobble, goes up, gets her shot rejected, and coming down with it is Mia Dimwitty. And now quickly ahead, it's Carly Campbell. Jumper in the lane. Front iron, no good. Burdett comes down with the rebound. That one's up and in. Burdett's got 6, and their lead's out to 4, the largest of the game, 17-13. Carson Gobble now has it. Sends it back out to Madison Tidwell. Over to J.C. Scott. Straight away 3. And she hits it. Her first points of the game on her first shot. Leads down the one, 17-16. 6:37 remaining here in the second. Quickly ahead to Ainsley Burleson at the wing. She's going to drive the baseline, knocked away by Madison Tidwell. Summertown retains possession. And Brian Porter is going to call his first timeout here of the game, a 30-second timeout. Summertown leads at 17-16. We'll return here on the X Sports Network.
Make 2021 the year you refresh your home. And who you gonna call to help? Story & Lee, the Tennessee Valley's most dynamic furniture store, featuring our Made in America galleries with solid wood dining and bedrooms, leather furniture, mattresses, and so much more. You want it? We've got it. With our 3 acres of showroom and our huge warehouse, we're sure to have exactly what you want. And it's all ready to be delivered to your home absolutely free. Just try that anywhere else. We are Story & Lee.
And back here, Gene McBee Court, Summertown off to a hot start here in the second quarter. They lead Lawrence County 17-16. 6:32 remaining here in the first half. Summertown taking it out of bounds. Carly Campbell lobs it in to Mia Dimwitty. Dimwitty over to Ainsley Burleson. Skip pass over to Emily Brazier. Fakes a three. Now drives the baseline. Layup rejected away by Madison Tidwell. Going to stay with the Lady Eagles. Good defense there by Tidwell. Campbell taking it out of bounds here for the Lady Eagles. Sends it in to Brazier. Brazier back out to Campbell. Deep three. And she hits it. Carly Campbell has 8. And the lead's back out to 4. 20-16. 6:15 remaining in the first half. Scott ahead quickly here for the Lady Cats. Gets a screen from Tidwell. Sends over to Cami Pigg. Now over to Peyton Morgan, just checked into the game. Back out to Pigg at the wing. Over to Campbell. Excuse me, that's Tidwell. Tidwell now to Carson Gobble. Gobble being guarded by Katie Burdett. Gets that one stripped away, but regains possession. She's going to try a hook shot in the lane. She does. She hits it, her first points of the game. Leads down the 2, 20-18. 5:50 remaining here in the second quarter. Carly Campbell going to bring it ahead here for the Lady Eagles over to Ainsley Burleson at the wing. Now over to Dimway, driving the baseline. Layup goes up, no good. Rebound by Burdett. That one's up and in. Burdett's got 8. And Summertown's leads back out the 4, 22-18. Tidwell over to Scott. Scott comes ahead with speed for Lawrence County. Drives. She's going to try a jumper, no fakes it. Sends it out to Tidwell. Tidwell now sends it out to J.C. Scott, the top of the key. Scott spins in the paint. Throws a floater up, almost in. Rebounded by Mia Dimwitty. Dimwitty sends it out to Carly Campbell. Campbell quickly ahead. Sends it over to Ainsley Burleson. Deep three. Misses everything, but the rebound's going to come down to Emily Brazier. Now over to back to Burleson to Katie Burdett. Burdett drives out to Burleson. Swings it over to Campbell. Deep three. Back iron, no good, and the rebound comes out to Katie Burdett, and Burdett's going to pick up the foul. Only the second one against the Lady Eagles. And that's going to be the second against Burdett. Under 5 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. Summertown leading it 28-18. J.C. Scott now walking it ahead here for Lawrence County, crossing the timeline. As it sends it over to Carson Gobble. Gobble now over to Peyton Morgan, sends it over to J.C. Scott at the wing. Over to Cami Pigg, fakes the three, drives, floater. Almost banked in, but the rebound comes out to Ainsley Burleson. And Cami Pigg is going to pick up her first foul as Burleson spun out of traffic. That's the 4th against the Lady Cats. Summertown retains possession. Dimwitty, deep pass over to Emily Brazier, sends it over to Burleson over the middle. Burleson drives, sends over to Reese Wilson. Wilson, skip pass over to Brazier, over to Burleson, the corner back to Brazier. Brazier now at the Carly Campbell as at the Summertown logo. Back over to Brazier at the wing, back to Campbell top of the key. Campbell dribbles, 2-3 zone put on here by the Lady Cats. Reese Wilson drives into the paint, gets that one stripped away, but Campbell comes up with it. Over to Brazier, she's going to try a three, and she hits it. Brazier's got 6. And the lead's out to the largest of the game for either side at 7, 25-18, 4:05 remaining here. Scott drives, goes up, and gets fouled in the process. She's going to go to the line to shoot 2. This foul is going to go against Emily Brazier, her first, only the team's 3rd. Scott, normally a pretty good free throw shooter, now at the line here for the Lady Cats. The first free throw is up, and it's no good. Something this team has struggled with all season long is Carly Fields now checks into the game here for Cami Pigg. Katie Criswell waiting at the scores table. Looks like she's going to check in for Tracy Scott. Next free throws up, no good. And the rebound comes out to Mia Dimwitty. So far, nobody's hit a free throw from either side. The teams combining to be 0 for 6. Burleson now over to Campbell in the corner, dribbles out to the wing. 2-3 zone put on by the Lady Cats and over to Burleson. She's going to drive the baseline. Sends it out to Brazier. Brazier back out to Campbell. Fakes a 3. Spins. And sends out to Dimwitty over to Burleson in the corner. Fakes a 3. Now sends it back out to Campbell. Campbell back to Burleson. She's going to try a deep 3. Rattles out and in! Burleson's got 6, and the lead is out to 10, 28-18. 3:29 remaining here in the second quarter. J.C. Scott spins. Tidwell's going to try a straightaway 3, and she hits it. She has got 13 in the game. And Lawrence County's going to, we got some confusion out here. Lawrence County's going to call a full timeout. With that, we'll take a break here as well on the X Sports Network.
Hey friends, this is Barry Doss. Over the past 30 years, Doss Brothers Incorporated has grown from its humble beginnings to working daily to build the future of Lawrence and surrounding counties. From breaking ground to opening day, Doss Brothers has been there every step of the way for many businesses, industries, and homeowners in our community. With nearly 40 years under our belt and the blessing of every new day, we strive to keep building the foundation of our communities tomorrow. We are Doss Brothers, proudly building progress in Southern Tennessee.
And back here at Gene McBee Court at Summertown High School, the Lady Eagles on a roll here in the second quarter, leading their rivals from Lawrence County 28-21, 3:18 remaining here in the second quarter. Speaking of being on fire, Madison Tidwell hit the 3 there right before Brian Porter got his timeout in. She's got 13 of the 21 points here for the Lady Cats so far. On the other side, Katie Burdett, she's got 8 points. She got Ainsley Burleson with 6, Emily Brazier with 6, and Carly Campbell with 8. No one really in foul trouble. Actually, the 2 stars for each side, each Katie Criswell with 2 fouls for the Lady Cats and Katie Burdett with 2 for the Lady Eagles. That's Campbell now hands it over to Mia Dimwitty. Dimwitty dribbles out, backdoor pass to Burleson. Burleson gets that one knocked away. Wilson up with the rebound. It's up and it's in. First points of the game for Reese Wilson. Leads out to 9, 30-21. Under 3 minutes left to play in the second. Peyton Morgan has it here, sends it over to Katie Criswell. Criswell playing with 2 fouls. Loses control, but gets it back. Dribbling guarded by Ainsley Burleson. Over to Tidwell. She loses it, but regains possession back to Criswell. Criswell now dribbles. Sends over to Tidwell. Tidwell thinks about 3, pulls it down. Now sends over to Criswell as at the top of the key. 2:30 remaining here in the first half. 9-point Lady Eagle lead. Tidwell now over to Peyton Morgan. Morgan back over to Tidwell. Sends it down to Carson Gobble. Gobble just inside the 3-point line, tries a jumper, almost banks in, and the rebound's going to come out to Carly Campbell. Campbell ahead quickly here. Over to Burleson. Over to Dimwitty. Now back out to Burleson at the wing. Sends it over to Burdett at the free throw line. She's going to drive. Sends it over to Wilson. Now to Campbell. Campbell out to Burleson. And Burleson hands it over to Dimwitty. Gives it out to Campbell at the Summertown logo. Jeremy Jean barking out the orders here for Summertown. And Campbell sends over to Burleson at the wing. Now over to Burdett in the paint. Burdett spins. Over to Dimwitty in the corner for 3. And Dimwitty knocks it down. Her first points of the game. And it leads out to 12, 33-21. 1:40 left here in the second quarter. Criswell going to bring it up here for the Lady Cats. Crossing the timeline. Man-to-man put on here by the Lady Eagles. Now over to Carly Fields. Fields dribbles. Sends it over here to Peyton Morgan. Morgan over to Criswell. Criswell sends it over to Tidwell. Thinks about 3, pulls it down. Now Tidwell's going to drive into the paint. Hands it off to Carson Gobble over to Carly Fields. Gets a screen. Hands over to Criswell. Criswell at the wing. 1:05 remaining here in the second quarter. She drives. Spins. And sends over to Morgan. Morgan now kicks out to Tidwell. Tidwell's going to try a deep 3. Back iron no good. Morgan comes down with the rebound, but we're going to get an over the back call against Peyton Morgan. That's her first. So Lady Cats 5th. And Summertown's going to get the ball back. 55 seconds remaining. Amy Clark going to check in for Katie Criswell. Lady Eagles leading the Lady Cats 33-21. Here comes Emily Brazier. That's Carly Campbell. Sends it over to Dimwitty. Over to Reese Wilson. Now over to Ainsley Burleson. Now over to Burdette, the free throw line. She's being double teamed. Sends her to Wilson. Baseline jumper. Rattles out no good. Emmy Clark comes down with the rebound, but it gets stolen by Carly Campbell. Goes up and in. Campbell's got 10. And the lead's out to 14, 35-21. Now over to Carson Gobble here near the corner. She drives the baseline. Sends out 1-2. Peyton Morgan off of Morgan's hands and stolen away by Carly Campbell. Quickly ahead here are the Lady Eagles. Now to Burleson. Deep three. Misses, but Dimwitty there for the rebound. That one's up and in. Dimwitty has 5, and the lead's out to 16, 37-21. Clark doesn't know how much time is left, and that's how the first half will end. Big run there in the second quarter by the Lady Eagles. They lead this one 37-21 at the break. When we return, we'll have some halftime interviews coming up here on the X Sports Network.
Are you craving some fresh steak? Stryker Steakhouse has a great selection of fresh steak, chicken, and more. Catering options are also available for events such as weddings, holiday parties, and corporate events. We are ready to serve your large group with exceptional food in our party room too. Stop in at Stryker Steakhouse for the best steak in Middle Tennessee at 321 Cruz Street, or give us a call at 931-244-7457 to ask about catering options or party reservations. That's Stryker Steakhouse in Lawrenceburg.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
All right, welcome back to Summertown High School, where the Summertown Lady Eagles lead the Lawrence County Lady Cats 37-21 at half. We'll go over stats and numbers here in just a little bit. AJ will. Right now, we want to get with Coach Wes Long of the Summertown Eagles. Coach, how we doing, buddy?
Good, Clint. How are you?
It's been a long week. We hadn't got to talk to you since last week, but Monday night, get a really good win against a really physical, really talented Fayetteville bunch. Gavin Burleson, 45 big points, but then the next night we go to Rogers, another road trip across state lines. Kind of just couldn't get things together the way everybody asked me what happened to our boys, and basically my version of it was, well, we either didn't get the call we needed, we couldn't hit the shot we needed, we couldn't get the defense stopped. It just a lot of bad luck there on one end, probably didn't play the best that we could have played.
Yeah, I think it all starts with our effort and our energy. You know, I don't think we near had the legs that we really needed to go in and play with the effort that we needed, but, you know, no excuse. We got to be able to play on back-to-back nights. We've done it already this year. I just didn't think that we came out. You know, all year long we've kind of been flirting with getting in a hole, digging ourselves in a hole, and we did that again Tuesday, and Tuesday night we didn't have the energy or the effort to dig ourselves out of that hole. So hopefully we learn from that. It's hard to go undefeated in a basketball season.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to happen at some point. We just got to be able to bounce back from it and play better tonight.
Well, Coach, good luck to you tonight going up against a really talented Lawrence County bunch. But we'll be talking to you next week. We got Columbia Academy. Is that right here? Monday night.
Yes.
That'll wind us up before we head to Christmas. So we'll be talking to you Monday night. We'll have that game on there. Good luck to you, Coach.
Right, thank you.
Stay with us because I want to interview one of my old coaches. Going to interview one of my old coaches, former Lawrence County High School head basketball coach, Mr. Shane Clark. Coach, how we doing, my friend?
Good. I'm still getting harassed by Wes Long.
Well, that's not anything new. Coach, we're going to wrap this up. Go quick because we also got to get the new coach in here.
Absolutely.
Coach, I just wanted you to get this up there just because I'm a former player of yours. I want to tell you how much I appreciate everything you've done for our alma mater. I know this is weird, me being a Summertown affiliate.
Hey, that's all right.
But appreciate everything you did for 20 years for mine and your alma mater. But, Coach, how you liking retirement?
Well, I like it in ways, and of course I miss the guys. I miss the team atmosphere, the camaraderie. I miss that, but I didn't miss practicing over Thanksgiving week. I don't really think I'm gonna miss not practicing these next couple of weeks, and the summer and the schedules and that kind of thing. But definitely miss the guys. Just so glad to still be affiliated with the school and with Lawrence County. And when I say Lawrence County, Lawrence County High School, Summertown, Low Red Eye, put us all as this is just, we have a special place. And regardless of which school you're pulling for, all three of these schools, we have just such a blessed environment.
Coach, I was looking it up. I'm gonna get you to brag on one of your oldest, but last time I looked this up, Taylor was a junior and my oldest one was a sophomore. I think the last time this game was played
That's
up here.
probably right.
And I got to looking at it. Taylor Clark went off in the second quarter. I think Lawrence County had 31 points to beat Summertown up here. Just a tremendous quarter. But tell everybody what Taylor, I know she's through with Lipscomb. Tell everybody where she is and what she's up to right now.
She's the assistant coach at Trevecca University with women's basketball. And she went there as just a graduate assistant to get her master's. Their assistant left and went back to his home state. When that happened, Coach Hibden gave Taylor the opportunity to just become full-time assistant. And so she's balancing a lot of things. But
learning how to go on the road and recruit?
Absolutely. She's learning a lot of things. She's called me a couple of times really saying, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do all this. But it's a very good experience for her. So it's a great opportunity for her.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming up here and talking to me. I miss seeing you out there, but I hope you're enjoying retirement.
I am. I'm enjoying it. Miss it, but I'm enjoying it. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thanks.
Thank you, Clint. Appreciate you.
Stay right here with us. A.J. Good's going to interview one more coach for us.
Definitely got a busy press box up here as we're joined now by Lawrence County head boys basketball coach Joe Wilson. And Joe, guys, had your first loss last Friday. You're able to cleanse your system with a win over a rival in Loretto on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's the great thing about basketball. You don't have to wait long to get another opportunity. And, it's just like in life, you're going to have good days and bad days. And when you don't let a bad day turn into a bad week, and the bad week turn into a bad month, and the bad month turn into a bad year, you got to stop it somewhere. So we were able, I had a big rival game with Loretto. That kind of helped get our mind turned away from, Columbia. And we were able to bounce back. I, felt good about it. It wasn't the way we would want it to go as far as the style of the game and all, but once again, there's going to be times you're not going to be able to get it the way you want it. You got to grind out a win, and I felt like we did that. We could never put them away, but they never got the lead, and so it was a good win for us, and we're just looking forward to tonight.
Now, like you mentioned, some you guys have won pretty, you've won ugly, and you got to learn how to win all different types of ways, especially during a basketball season, because you never know what you're going to encounter in a postseason situation.
Right. I mean, you're going to face different styles. You're going to have different situations, and you got to learn to adapt. That's what life's about. The things you can't control, you don't worry about, and the things you can control, which is your effort and your attitude, you want to bring that every night, and hopefully you'll be hitting, but if you're not, you still got to figure out ways to win the basketball game. Besides, if you don't score 75, doesn't mean you can't win. And so, like I said, I was proud we were able to do that.
Got another rivalry here tonight, a very talented Summertown team that looks like they're going to be fully healthy for tonight's game, and I know you guys are looking forward to the challenge here tonight.
Yeah, it'll be, it's going to be a huge challenge. This is their gym, and they're just excited about playing Lawrence County as Lawrence County is about playing Summertown. And it's a good rivalry game, and this will be good for us. This atmosphere, once again, as I've said before, if you play high school sports, this is what you want to play in. And so, we step up to the challenge and, see what we got. We're going to try to do what we do, and I'm sure they're going to try to do what they do. And whoever does what they do better is going to be the one that wins. But, it should be a heck of a game. They've got a really good team. Coach Long does a great job. I think they're 11-1, and they got beat the other night, but they were missing one of the Burleson boys. And so that's, when you're missing 18, 20 points a game, that's going to, hurt you. But like I say, it's going to be a challenge, and we're going to get out here and, get after it and see what happens.
Joe Wilson, thank you for stopping
Thank
by
you.
here at halftime.
Go Wildcats.
All right, well, we will see them tonight when they take on the boys here for the nightcap here of tonight's girls and boys doubleheader. Taking a look at the statistics here from the first half on the girls' side, starting first with Lawrence County trailing 37-21. Their leading scorers, Madison Tidwell, she had 13. J.C. Scott, Carly Fields, each with 3. Carson Gobble with 2. On the other side for Summertown, a little bit more balance. Their leading scorer is Carly Campbell. She has 10. Katie Burdett has 8. Emily Brazier, Ainsley Burleson, each with 6. Mia Dimwitty at 5. And Reese Wilson with 10. Glenn Brazier cranking the Metallica here at the Nest. Getting ready here for the second half as the officials now coming onto the court here. I'd like to thank you guys for joining us here on the X Sports Network for a rivalry renewed. First meeting between either girls' side since 2016. The boys met on New Year's Eve a year ago. No fans were present at that game at the Ralph. Going to be a different story this time around here at the Nest, a packed house. A lot of people here, great atmosphere so far, and we're looking forward to a great second half and a great boys game as well. Clock now at 40 seconds here as we get ready for the second half here. It's good to hear from Joe Wilson, Wes Long, all the people that joined us up here for halftime. We'll be loaded up here in between halftime of the boys game as well, as we'll be joined by Summertown head coach Jeremy Jean and Lawrence County head coach Brian Porter. So we're now set to start the second half. Summertown going to take it out. And Carly Campbell gets her pass knocked out of bounds by Katie Criswell. 37-21 is the Summertown lead. Campbell taking it out of bounds, sends over to Reese Wilson at the wing. Now back to Campbell. She's going to dribble it at the Summertown logo. Now sends over to Ainsley Burleson at the wing. Burleson now over to Emily Brazier. Brazier now over to Campbell. Campbell back to Brazier at the top of the key. Man-to-man put on here by the Lady Cats. Burleson now hands it over to Campbell. Looks like a matchup zone here. Now Brazier hands it over to Burleson. Burleson being guarded by J.C. Scott. Now sends over to Brazier. Brazier at the wing here. Now dribbles. Trying to get rid of it. Sends over to Burdett. Burdett in the corner. Now back out to Brazier. And that one is stolen away by Carly Fields. Up here is Katie Criswell. Sat most of the first half with 2 fouls. Criswell now dribbling, man-to-man put on by the Lady Eagles. Now sends over to Madison Tidwell at 13 in the first half. Tidwell guarded by Campbell. Tidwell now throws that out to J.C. Scott, saves it before it goes over the timeline. And she's now going to dribble in here the Summertown logo. 6:50 remaining here in the third quarter. Now sends over to Criswell. Criswell now over to Carson Gobble, over to J.C. Scott at the wing. Now over to Tidwell. Tidwell. Now back over to Scott near the corner, down low to Criswell. Criswell goes up and gets that one partially blocked there by Katie Burdett. And now Summertown has it. It's Brazier across the timeline. Coming ahead, sends over to Reese Wilson, over to Campbell. She's going to try a deep 3. Rattles out, no good, but Burleson is there for the rebound. Now sends over to Wilson. Wilson, layup, up, rattles home and in. Wilson's got 4, and the lead's out to 18, 39-21, 6:10 remaining here in the third quarter. J.C. Scott ahead here quickly for Lawrence County. And she's going to get tied up there on the play, and Emily Brazier is going to get called for her second foul. First foul against the Lady Eagles here in the second half. Neither team was really in foul trouble outside of Katie Criswell and Katie Burdett. Criswell now has it here for the Lady Cats. Sends over to Madison Tidwell. She's going to try a deep 3. Misses everything, and Wilson is there for the rebound. Bringing ahead is Wilson, and Wilson sends over to Carly Campbell. Campbell now across the timeline, dribbles up the Summertown logo, 5:50 remaining in the third. Now over to Brazier at the wing, gets a screen from Katie Burdett. Tried to give and go, but could not pull the trigger. And we're going to have a jump ball called as that one was ripped away by Carly Fields. Second turnover against the Lady Eagles. They've got 4 in the game. Pretty clean game either side. Each side with just 4 turnovers. Not many fouls as well. Now J.C. Scott gets the inbounds here for Lawrence County, trailing by 18, 5:40 remaining in the third. Scott now across the timeline, over to Tidwell, over to Criswell in the corner. Criswell dribbles at the wing. Now drives, spins. Tries one off the glass, no good, and Katie Burdett comes down with the rebound. And Burdett gets that one knocked away. Is going to stay with Summertown. Lawrence County puts on their press, trailing by 18. Wilson now sends it in to Ainsley Burleson. And it's Burleson coming across the timeline, coming ahead with speed as well. Her layup is up, rebounded by Burdett, and Burdett puts that in. She's got 10, and the lead is out to 20, 41-21. Scott now spins in the paint, drives, has an open layup, can't get it to go, and Wilson's going to come down with the rebound. Now ahead here to Carly Campbell, coming ahead with speed. Ahead quickly, beautiful pass to Katie Burdett. That one's off the glass, can't get it to go, and Criswell comes down with the rebound. She's now going to bring it up here for the Lady Cats, crossing the timeline, behind the back move. Guarded by Carly Campbell, crosses her over, gets in the paint. Floater in the lane is up and no good, but she's going to get fouled by Katie Burdett as Burdett picks up her third, team's second, and Criswell is going to go to the line and try to pick up her first points in the game. Criswell didn't try a shot in the first half, is 0 for 2 so far today. Has a chance to get on the board here. First free throw from Criswell is up and no good. As each team combined is 0 of 7 from the free throw line, as Cami Pigg going to check in for Madison Tidwell. Next free throw from Criswell. It's on its way, and it's good. Her first point of the game, and the lead's down to 19, 41-22. Brazier almost gets that one intercepted by J.C. Scott. Can't hang on to it, and possession goes out of bounds to Summertown. As Reese Wilson sends in Ainsley Burleson. Burleson now down the sideline being trapped. Sends that one over to Reese Wilson. Wilson dribbles that one off of Cami Pigg, and she's trapped here again. Can't get rid of it. And Jeremy Jean is going to call a timeout just in time. It's a 30-second timeout. And with that, we'll take a break here as well on the X Sports Network.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here.
And back here at Gene McBee Court, Summertown leading their rivals in Lawrence County 41-22, 4:25 remaining in the third. Deep pass there by Reese Wilson, intercepted by Carson Gobble. Criswell now has it here for Lawrence County, over to J.C. Scott, the top of the key, over to Pigg at the wing. Pigg drives, sends out to Criswell. It's nearly a walk as Criswell dribbles at the top of the key. Looking for a screen from Carson Gobble, and Gobble backs off. Criswell dribbling at the Summertown logo. Now going to drive. Sends over to Cami Pigg, now over to Carly Field. She's going to try a deep three. Back on her, no good, and Criswell comes down with the rebound. Now over to Cami Pigg. Pigg sends over to Field. She'll drive the baseline. Sends out the Pigg. Pigg's going to try a corner three. Off the top of the backboard, no good. And the rebound comes out to Carly Campbell. She's being trapped. It sends over to Reese Wilson. Wilson now over to Emily Brazier. Brazier now over to Burleson. Burleson down low to Katie Burdett, and Burdett's going to get fouled. That's the first against Carson Gobble. First team foul against the Lady Cats here in the first half. As now Mia Dimwitty going to check into the game here for Summertown, and Reese Wilson's going to head to the bench. 3:35 remaining in the third. Summertown leading this one 41-22. As Carly Campbell missed Mia Dimwitty, he throws that into Emily Brazier. That one gets knocked out of bounds, and possession stays with Summertown. As now Madison Tidwell, Peyton Morgan going to check into the game for the Lady Cats. Carly Fields, Carson Gobble going to go to the bench for Lawrence County. Now Brazier going to inbounds it in here to Carly Campbell. Campbell guarded by J.C. Scott as Campbell crosses the timeline. Dribbles at the Summertown logo now. Sends it over to Dimwitty. Dimwitty's going to drive. Now sends it out to Campbell. Campbell now over to Emily Brazier at the top of the key. She's being guarded by Cami Pigg, over to Burleson, guarded by Criswell. Down low to Burdett. Burdett goes up, and she's going to be fouled on the floor. Second team foul against the Lady Cats. And this one is going to go against Peyton Morgan. That's Morgan's second. Her and Katie Criswell each have 2 fouls. No one really in foul trouble for the Lady Cats. Burdett gets the inbounds now over to Dimwitty and throws that one out of bounds. 6 turnover against the Lady Eagles. 4th one here of the second half. It's Tidwell inbounds it to J.C. Scott. Scott now back to Tidwell. 3:08 remaining here in the third quarter. Scott now crosses the timeline. Scott now still dribbling. Going to go into the paint. Sends it over to Peyton Morgan in the corner for three. Almost banks it in. And Pig comes up with the rebound. Pig in the corner. Dribbles it. And this one goes to Katie Criswell after a bit of a scramble. Criswell now dribbling around. And gets that one stolen away by Carly Campbell. Good defense. Campbell on the other way. Layup is up. Rattles home and in. Carly Campbell's got 12. She leads all Eagles. Leads out the 21, 43-22. Scott going to stop and pop for three. Back iron no good. And Burdette comes up with the rebound. Ahead quickly is Campbell. She drives. Going to try a jumper. Back iron no good. Criswell comes down with the rebound. Now moving ahead quickly is Criswell. She's got speed into the paint. Floater in the lanes. Up and in. First bucket of the game for Katie Criswell. She's got three. Leads down, backing down the 19, 43-24. 2 minutes remaining in the third. Ahead quickly to Brazier. Lot passing to Burdette down low, and she's going to get fouled. Tidwell's going to pick up her first, the team's third, and Burdette's going to go to the line to shoot two. Eagles so far 0 of 4 from the free throw line. Each side just 1 of 8 from the line so far today. First free throw from Burdette is on her way. Rattles out, no good. Nothing going from the free throw line for any team so far. It's Emmy Clark, and Harley Johnson going to check into the game for Cami Pig and Peyton Morgan for Lawrence County. Next free throw from Burdette is up and in. She's got 11. As now Reese Wilson going to check in for Burdette. Leads back out to 20, 44-24. Minute 58 remaining here in the third. As Clark sends it in to J.C. Scott, and Summertown backs off the press. Scott crossing the timeline, dribbles at the Summertown logo. Now down low to Criswell. Criswell. Jumper at the free throw line and hits it. Nothing but net. Criswell. He's got 5, all coming in the third quarter. Leads down to 18. Campbell ahead quickly. Almost stolen away by J.C. Scott, but Scott's going to pick up her second foul. It's going to be the team's 4th here of the second half, as Mackenzie Reynolds going to check in for Emily Brazier. Brazier sitting down for the first time tonight. Putting in some good minutes for the Lady Eagles. And Brian Porter going to call a timeout here for Lawrence County with his team trailing by 18. With that, we'll take a break here as well on the X Sports Network.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we've provided outstanding residential and commercial services through Southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air. When you need us, we'll be there.
And back here at the nest, Brian Porter burns his third timeout here of the game with his team trailing 44-26. Lady Eagles over the visiting squad and the Lady Cats of Lawrence County. Reese Wilson taking it out of bounds here for Summertown, sends in Ainsley Burleson as she crosses the timeline. Man-to-man put on here by the Cats, handoff over to Carly Campbell. Campbell drives, sends it back out, but it is intercepted there by Lawrence County. J.C. Scott loses that one. Mia Dinwiddie falls on it, and now we have a jump ball, and this one's going to go to Summertown. 6th turnover against the Lady Cats. Previously, before that, that was a 7th turnover against the Lady Eagles. Pretty clean game, foul-wise and turnover-wise either side, as now the official's going to head to the scores table. Looking for something to wipe the ball off with, as a pair of diving players got their sweat on the ball, so he takes care of the issue, and now he's going to send it back over to Reese Wilson. Pretty friendly rivalry, as you see some of the players smiling while talking to each other, nothing malicious. Ainsley Burleson gets the inbounds. She's now going to cross the timeline, guarded by J.C. Scott. Sends it over to Campbell at the wing. Campbell now dribbles near the top of the key, back over to Burleson. Burleson now back to Campbell. Campbell dribbles near the Summertown logo, drives to her right. Now sends over to Burleson at the top of the key. She drives to the wing, now loses that one. J.C. Scott comes up with it. Scott coming ahead for Lawrence County over to Harley Johnson. Johnson Sends over to Criswell, and she is going to, before then, travels. It's the 7th turnover against the Lady Cats. And Summertown gets it back. 55 seconds remaining here in the third. As Katie Burdett checks back into the game here. As this one's going to get stolen there by Katie Criswell. Jumper. Rattles out, no good. Scott comes up with the rebound, but she's going to get fouled by Carly Campbell. That's Campbell's first. Team's third here of the second half. Criswell missed the jumper. Rebound came out to Scott. So Lawrence County gets it back. 50 seconds remaining in the third, trailing by 18. It's Tidwell. Lobs it into Criswell over to Scott. Scott over to Harley Johnson. Now over to Tidwell. Tidwell down low here. Damien Clark, who travels. 8th turnover against the Lady Cats. Ball comes back out to Summertown. 45 seconds remaining in the third. Wilson. Looking for somebody, sends in to Carly Campbell. Campbell driving down the sideline, cuts it up the court quickly. Lob in the paint, it's up and in. 14 points for Carly Campbell, leads out to 20, 35 seconds remaining in the third. Scott ahead quickly, spinning. Now dribbling here, guarded by Campbell, sends out to Criswell. That one gets stolen away. It's Reese Wilson the other way. Drives, throws it up, and she's going to get fouled on the play by J.C. Scott. Scott picks up her third, team's 5th. And Wilson's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Lady Eagles 1 of 6 from the charity stripe so far in the game. 21 seconds remaining here. First free throw from Wilson is up, and she hits it. Wilson's got 5 as Sadie Grace Cole. Carly Fields is going to check in for Amy Clark and Harley Johnson. Wilson waiting to try the next one as Mackenzie Reynolds checked in for Katie Burdett. And here comes the next one from Wilson. This one's back iron, no good. And the rebound comes out to Katie Criswell. Criswell has it. Lawrence County's going to play for the final shot. No, ahead quickly to Madison Tidwell. Tidwell drives, spins, and this one gets stolen away by Ainsley Burleson. Burleson, 5 seconds left. Sends over to Reese Wilson. The Dimwitty. She's going to try straight away 3 at the buzzer. Hits the side of the rim. That one is no good. After 24 minutes of play so far, this one is all Summertown. They lead it 47-26. When we return, it'll be time for the fourth quarter here on the X Sports Network.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app. Available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
It's time for some straight talk about zero-turn mowers. Husqvarna's zero-turn performance mowers with rugged commercial drive give you high performance and a comfortable ride. Heavy-duty frame and chassis and commercial hydraulics take no punishment. With warranties now up to 5 years and low financing options, there's no competition. For a straight-up deal on the best in professional zero-turn mowers.
And back here at Gene McBee Court, final quarter of play as Summertown leads their rivals in Lawrence County 47-26. In the girls' game, boys' game to follow up this one. J.C. Scott crossing the timeline here for Lawrence County. And over to Carson Gobble. Richard, now this one down low to Scott. Scott goes up and in, and the foul. Scott has got 5 points. And picking up the foul here for Summertown is, I believe that's Carly Campbell, her second, the team's 4th. As Katie Burdett checks in for Reese Wilson. Scott trying to get the AM1 to go here. Lady Cats is 1 of 4 from the free throw line so far today. And the next shot is up, back iron, no good, and Mia Dimwitty comes down with the rebound. Now into Carly Campbell. Good defense there by Carly Fields. Trap put on here by Lawrence County, and Campbell gets out of it, crossing the timeline with speed. Campbell lobs it into Katie Burdett. Burdett sends it out to Dimwitty. Beautiful passing to Ainsley Burleson for 3, and she knocks it down. Burleson has 9, and the lead's the largest of the day, 50-28 at 22. 7:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Scott now over to Katie Criswell. Criswell over to Carson Gobble. Gobble going to try a jumper. Rebound out to J.C. Scott. She can't get that one to go. And this one's going to come out to Carly Campbell. Campbell ahead quickly. Dribbles it out to Dimwitty. Now over to Ainsley Burleson. Guarded here by Carly Fields. Now over to Carly Campbell. Campbell has it at the wing. 6:55 remaining in the game. Lady Eagles leading by 22. That one gets knocked away by J.C. Scott, but she's going to pick up her 4th foul. It's the team's 6th here of the second half. 4th against Scott is now Cami Piggs going to check into the game for Carly Fields. Dimwitty going to take it out of bounds here for Summertown. Having a discussion with the official here, and now gets the ball. Sends over to Burleson. And Burleson's going to cross the timeline here for the Lady Eagles. Leading by 22, handoff here to Mackenzie Reynolds. Reynolds drives the baseline, and she's going to get fouled on the play, and this one's going to go against Cami Pig, her 2nd, team 7th. And now Reynolds is going to go to the line to shoot the first part of a 1-and-1. Reynolds looking for her first point in the game, hasn't attempted a shot yet. First one is up, and nothing but net, swishes it. Leads out to 23, 51-28. 6:41 remaining in the contest. Lady Eagles on their way to a 12-0 record. Next free throw is up, back iron no good, and the rebound comes out to Katie Criswell. Criswell now moving ahead here, crossing the timeline, now moving with speed. Behind the back move, tries a jumper just inside the three-point line, can't get it to go, but Carson Gobble's there for the rebound and the putback. Gobble has 4. The lead's down to 21, 51-20. Quickly ahead here to Mackenzie Reynolds. Reynolds into the paint. Sends it out to Carly Campbell. Fakes the 3, but dribbles it back out. Sends over to Ainsley Burleson, who will try a deep 3, and she hits it. Burleson has 12, and the lead is the largest of the game, 54-30 at 24. J.C. Scott now dribbling here for the Lady Cats. Over to Criswell. Criswell over to Tidwell, fakes a 3. Tidwell now drives to the corner, kicks it out to Criswell. Criswell drives, now out to Gobble. Gobble at the top of the key here. Sends over to Criswell. Criswell over to Gobble. Gobble trying to get it down low to J.C. Scott and does. Scott goes up, sends it back out to Gobble. Gobble into the paint. Her layup is up, no good. Rebounded by Katie Burdett. Burdett sends it over to Carly Campbell, and Campbell ahead quickly. Sends it over to Mia Dimwitty. Dimwitty drives into the paint, spins, throws up a layup, and she's going to get fouled on the play there by Madison Tidwell. She picks up her 2nd foul, the team's 8th. And Dimwitty's going to go to the line to shoot 2. 54-30. Summertown looking impressive so far after Lawrence County led this one 13-12 after the end of the first quarter. And now the subs are going to come into the game here. Sadie Grace Cole checks in for Carson Gobble. And Carly Fields will come in for J.C. Scott. Reese Wilson also back into the game here for the Lady Eagles. First free throw here from Dimwitty is up, no good. Actually, that was just a foul on the floor. Sadie Grace Cole brings it up for the Lady Cats. Cami Pig now has it. She drives into the paint. Her layup is up, no good, and the rebound comes out to Ainsley Burleson. Burleson now crossing the timeline over to Carly Campbell. She's now going to dribble it, bring it to the top of the key. Now drives into the paint, goes up, her layup is up, and it rattles home and in. Campbell's got 16, the lead all Lady Eagles, and the lead's out to 26, 56-30. Criswell now over to Cami Pig. Pig dribbles, almost knocked away by Campbell, sends it over to Madison Tidwell. Tidwell now to Criswell in the paint. Criswell being guarded by Burleson. Sends it over to Tidwell. Tidwell's going to try a 3, and it misses everything. And the rebound comes out to Katie Burdett. Burdett now sends over to Reese Wilson. She's being triple teamed. And Carly Fields, too aggressive, is going to pick up her first foul. That's the team's 9th. As Reese Wilson's going to go to the line for the front end of a 1-and-1. Wilson with 5 points in the game. She's 1 of 4 from the free throw line. After that first quarter has been all Lady Eagles, is now checking into the game Emily Brazier and Olivia Riggs for Summertown. And it is Addie Newton now into the game for Lawrence County. Wilson's front end of the 1-on-1 is up and in. 2 of 5 from the line. She's got 6 points. As Wilson going to try the back end of the 1-on-1. This one is up, and she hits it. She hits both. She's got 6 points, and it leads out to 28, 58-30, 4:20 remaining in the game. Criswell brings it across the timeline. Dribbling, guarded by Reese Wilson. Gets a screen. Now sends it over to Addie Newton. Over to Pig in the corner. She's going to drive. Her layup is up. Too hard off the glass, and Wilson comes down with the rebound. And Brian Porter is giving the official an earful. Deep three here from Campbell, and she knocks it down. She has got 19, and the lead's out to 31, 61-30. Criswell tries a jumper, airballs it, and the ball's going to come out to Summertown. Brian Porter is red hot there for Lawrence County, running a foul on Candy Pig on the previous possession. Wilson sends it into Katie Burdett. Burdett now out to Wilson. Wilson dribbles here, lobs it ahead to Emily Brazier across the timeline. Brazier now over to Carly Campbell, and Campbell's going to bring it out to the Eagle logo. Guarded here by Katie Criswell. Lady Eagles leading by 31. Down low to a wide open Katie Burdett, and Burdett knocks it down. Burdett's got 15, and the lead's out to 33, 63-30. Criswell now dribbling. Crossing over Wilson, now over to Cami Pig in the corner for 3. And Pig hits it. Her first points of the game. And the lead's down to 30, 63-33. Press put on here by Lawrence County, but Carly Campbell breaks it. Campbell has at the wing, guarded by Cami Pig. Down low to Katie Burdett. Burdett spins, right-handed hook shot, no good. And the rebound comes out to Katie Criswell. And that one's too far of a pass there for Carly Fields, out of bounds. 11th turnover against the Lady Cats in this one, and Summertown picks it back up. Now the official is organizing the cheerleaders with 2:47 left to play in the game, like they haven't been there the whole time. Don't get it. Wilson now sends it in. I'm sorry, it's just stupid stuff like that that drives me crazy. Wilson has it. And this one's going to get intercepted here by Carly Fields. Fields, skip pass over to Pig. She's going to try another 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Carly Campbell. And a foul is going to be called on the play. And Summertown is now going to go to the line to shoot 2. That's the 10th team foul. And this one's going to go against Pig, her 3rd. And Carly Campbell's going to go to the free throw line for the first time today. She is leading all Eagles with 19, trying to make it 20 here on this possession. First free throw is up, and she rattles it home and in. Campbell hasn't missed much in this game here tonight. Now checking into the game is Braylee Burleson. Checking in for Katie Burdett. Abby Jo Schaefer also into the game for the Lady Eagles. 2:32 remaining in this one as Campbell knocks down both. She's got 21. Now also checking into the game, Riley Bookwood and Campbell, I believe, sitting down for the first time in this one. Team leading by 32. Cami Pig now sends it to Peyton Morgan. Over to Amy Clark, now over to Pig. Pig over to Sadie Grace Cole. Now to Newton. Newton over to Pig. Pig drives. Tries a layup and a hard foul down low. This one's going to go against Burleson. She picks up her first, only the team's 5th. And Pig is going to go to the line, and she's going to shoot her first free throws of the game. Lady Eagles leading it 65-32, 2:16 remaining here in the 4th. First free throw from Pig is up, rattles out, no good. And now also checking into the game, Hannah Jones here for Emily Brazier. Also getting a much-needed rest. Good performance here by the Lady Eagles altogether. As Pig's next free throw was up and in. She's got 4 points. Leads down to 31. Inbounds now to Riggs. Riggs being pressed. Lobs it over here to Burleson. Now in the corner here, it's going to be Jones for three. Misses everything. Schaefer's there for the rebound. Puts it back up. Can't get it to go. And Peyton Morgan saves it. Up ahead here to Cole. Cole driving the baseline. Throws one up. That one's blocked. And the rebound comes out here to Abby Jo Schaefer. Header quickly. It's going to be Olivia Riggs. 1:40 remaining here in the game. Riggs drives into the paint. Out here to Buckwood. Buckwood at the free throw line, knocked away by Cole, but Cole's going to pick up her first foul, the team's 11th. And I believe that's going to be Buckwood. It's going to go to the line to shoot two. Lady Eagles well on their way to a 12-0 record here. His first free throw from Buckwood is up. Back iron, no good. Here comes the next one from Buckwood. Free throws up, back iron, no good. And the rebound comes out here to Jones, who sends it to Riggs for three, no good. And the rebound comes out here to Buckwood. Layup, no good. And goes out of bounds to, I believe, Summertown. Checking, new face checking into the game here for Summertown. Riggs lobs it in to Schaefer, almost intercepted. Schaefer comes down with it. Now sends it to Riggs. Riggs goes into the paint, throws this one up, and it is intercepted. Addie Newton comes down with the steal. Now header to Cole. Cole sends over to Newton, over to Pig. She's going to try another three. Back iron, no good, and coming up with a rebound is Hannah Jones, and we get a jump ball, and it's going to go to Summertown. 1:07 remaining here. Now inbounds here to Burleson, gets that one stolen away. And Morgan goes up. She gets fouled, and she's going to go to the line to shoot two. This one's going to go against Burleson, her second. Team 6 of the second half. Comes the first free throw from Morgan. This one is up. No good. The Wildcats just 2 of 7 so far from the free, 2 of 8 actually from the free throw line. Is now checking into the game. Is going to be Lauren Howe for the first time tonight for the Lady Eagles. 1:02 remaining here. Next free throw here from Morgan is up. And back, rattles out, no good, but Newton comes down with the rebound. Morgan, floater in the lane. That one doesn't go in, and Burleson comes down with the rebound. That one now ahead. They move it across the timeline, and it's going to be Kami Pig picking up the foul, and the Eagles are going to go to the line. 49.5 seconds remaining here. It's the 12th second half foul against the Lady Cats. Running out of space to keep track of the fouls here. First free throw is up. No good. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in here to the Exports Network. Boys game to follow. This one should be an exciting contest from two very good teams. Next free throw hard out as Morgan comes down with the rebound. 45 seconds remaining here. Morgan ahead quickly. Now to Newton. Addie Newton's up. Battles home and in. Addie Newton picks up her first points of the game. And it leads down to 29. And now we got a jump ball situation, and Lawrence County will get possession. They force the 13th turnover against the Lady Eagles here. Each side pretty even. 11 against the Lady Cats and 13 against the Lady Eagles. Pretty good by all standards. This one lobs into Pig. Pig tries the jumper, misses everything, and Schaefer comes down with the rebound. And Schaefer is going to get fouled on the play, and this one's going to go against Peyton Morgan, her third. Team's 13th here of the second half. 26 seconds remaining in this one, and the whistles coming out late in this one. This game has pretty much been in hand since midway through the third quarter. Schaefer's going to go to the line for the first time tonight. First free throw is up, no good. Schaefer looking for her first point of the game. And the next free throw is up. Back iron no good, and coming out with the rebounds, Emmy Clark. 25 seconds remaining, quickly ahead to Morgan. Morgan's layup up too hard, and this one's going to come out here to Howe, and Howe gets that one knocked out of bounds. 15 seconds remaining. Summertown will retain possession. Stands really starting to fill up here for tonight's boys game. It's already filled for the most part for the girls game. Schaefer gets the ball in the corner. Oh, this one gets intercepted by Sadie Grace Cole. And she's going to get fouled. And now Cole, that's a 17th foul against the Lady Eagles. And Cole's going to go to the line to try to get her first point of the night. 9 seconds remaining here. And Cole's first free throw is up, and she hits it. Her first point of the game. That's a lead to 28, 9.1 seconds remaining. And the next free throw is up, and she hits them. Both ends, she's got 2. And the lead's down to 27. Inbounds now in the Howe. They're moving that quickly. It's going to be Burleson across the timeline. Sends it to Schaefer. Schaefer, layup, up and in. Schaefer picks up her first points, and that's how this one will end. Summertown proves to 12-0 on the season. Lawrence County drops to 5-4. The Lady Eagles defeat the Lady Cats 67-38. Leading all scorers in this one, it was Carly Campbell, who had 21 in the game. And when we return, it'll be time for the boys' action here as the 7-1 Wildcats will take on the 10-1 Eagles. The boys' game, the nightcap of the doubleheader here. That's what we'll have when we return on the X Sports Network.